I'm audible to all. So, as we discussed in the newspaper session, or we can say the Hindu session, that we'll be having one or two, at least two big topics from that week that we'll be discussing, and those videos will be in-depth videos, and it will be uploaded on your YouTube. So, in that you can say series, we are having this first article that we'll discuss, or first news that we'll discuss is use of article 356. 356 article that was in news, so we'll discuss about that. So let's start. Now this is related to emergency. Okay, this is related to emergency provisions that are there. Now firstly, we'll see what are the emergency provision. Now it was in news because of the Andhra Pradesh government, High Court and Supreme Court related issue. You must have read about it in the newspaper. If you're not, then it's okay. We'll be going towards that particular topic at the end of the session, why it was in news. So let's just start with this emergency provisions that are there in Constitution. Firstly, let's understand what is emergency. So emergency is a situation which is not normal. It is not normal emergency, a situation which call for urgent remedial action, which requires urgent remedy of that particular issue. And in Indian Constitution, we have provisions of emergency under article, or you can say part. So there are parts in our Constitution. So this is in part 18 of our Constitution. It is in part 18 of our Constitution. In comment section, you can tell me total how many parts are there in our Constitution. Total parts kitne hai in our Constitution, and even you can tell me total number of parts that were there in our Constitution in 1951, when our Constitution came into existence. When our Constitution came into existence, like 1951, or you can say 1950. At that time, how many parts were there in our Constitution? Now, this is in the part 18 of our Constitution, and this provision, because Indian Constitution is called as best adopted Constitution, right, from different constitutions of the world. So this part of the Constitution, or these provisions of the Constitution, have been taken from Government of India Act 1935. Now, in emergency, you must have also heard in national emergency, fundamental rights are suspended. So there are two provisions. One is regarding implementation or applying emergency. It has been taken from article Government of India Act 1935, whereas during the emergency period, your fundamental rights are suspended, and this suspension of fundamental rights during emergency has been taken from German Constitution. Germany. You can simply remember this. While Hitler was there in Germany, there were no fundamental rights. So same way, we have taken this suspension of fundamental rights from Germany. Now let's see next, what are different types of emergencies that are there. So there are in total there are three types of emergency. One is article 352, national emergency. And next is article 356, emergency in state, or you can call it as president's rule. And third is article 360, that is financial emergency. Article 360, that is financial emergency. Now three types. First, national emergency, that is levied under article 352, is emergency arising from a threat to the security of the country. Threat to security of the country. Then we have state emergency, when there is a breakdown of constitutional machinery in the state. Article 356, president rule or state emergency. And thirdly, financial emergency, when country does not have viable finances. At that time, this emergency can be levied under article number 360. Okay, so these are three types of emergency. Now within this, first let's discuss about national emergency. Now national emergency are of different types. One is external emergency and second is internal emergency. Now, external emergency at the national level, external emergency at the national level will be levied because of external reasons. Because of external reasons like war or external aggression. So if India is on war with any country, or there is some external aggression that is happening from outside the country, then we can have emergency that is declared on the ground of external grounds of this emergency is called as external emergency, war or external aggression. Then internal, it is armed rebellion, or you can say if there is issue of imminent danger. even if there is not armed rebellion, but there is possibility of imminent danger which can result into armed rebellion. At that time, emergency can be applied, and that emergency is called as internal emergency. That emergency is called as internal emergency. Okay. Now, this emergency, national level emergency, can be applied to entire country as well and to any part of the country as well. So it's not necessary that emergency is applied to whole part only. It can be applied to particular area where there is some kind of turmoil or some issue is happening. Then next, there are in Article 356, state emergency. So we'll discuss the state emergency in detail, or president rule, because this is mainly in news. So this historical background, or from where this provision have came. So it is coming from Government of India Act 1935, right? It is coming from Government of India Act 1935, and India and Pakistan, both the countries have taken this provision. India and Pakistan, both the countries have taken this particular provision. And now if we see this emergency like situation or emergency that is there, even when Britishers, this is from 1935 Act, that means it was in place during the time of Britishers as well. Wait for just a minute. Wait a minute. So firstly, both India and Pakistan have this provision, and this provision have been taken. This provision have been taken from Government of India Act 1935. So remember this. This emergency provision is there both in India and Pakistan. And interestingly, now when Britishers came up with this provision of emergency in India, Indian freedom fighters or Indian leaders have opposed this British government's action of or British government's provision of emergency. Okay. And even after, you can say, opposition from Indian leaders, even British government suspended this particular thing. And then it was discussed in our Constituent Assembly when we wanted to make our own constitution. At that time, this was discussed, and at that time it was decided, okay, governor could use the emergency provision. But when this was being decided in the Constituent Assembly, till that time, in India, the governors were elected by the people of the state. This was the provision that governor will be directly elected by the people, not indirectly elected, the way we have president and governor. So at that time they decided, or they said that ki okay, theek hai, aisa ho sakta hai, but now they are nominated by the center. So this is the provision. You can see when governor is directly elected, then he can be given some kind of power, you can say. But if he's indirectly elected or center se nominated hai, not even indirectly elected, he is nominated by center. President indirectly elected hai, governor is just nominated. So it is just the agent of center who is working in state, governor, and he will misuse. There is possibility that governor might misuse this provision. And after several revision, it became Article 278 of our constitution, and finally, or you can say now, when our constitution was taken, it was converted into Article 356. So in initial days or initial time when our Constituent Assembly was discussing about emergency, it was under Article 278. Now after that, let's go to next slide. So next is Article 356, state emergency and president rule. Now repeated misuse. Why it is in news? Because there is a repeated misuse of this article. Now for the first time, here you can remember this, for the first time this emergency was invoked in 1951 itself. And the state where it was applied was Punjab. This is very important. Remember this name. First state जहाँ पे emergency apply की गई थी और president rule apply किया गया था, state emergency or president rule is Punjab in 1951. After that, the maximum use or misuse, you can say, of this article was done by Indira Gandhi. जिन्होंने 27 times emergency लगाई थी, state emergency in different states of India. And again, most notable misuse can be considered in the PV Narasimha Rao government and the Babri Masjid demolition issue के time पे. So just remember this Indira Gandhi wala thing, Punjab wala thing, you can remember. Then Now, what are the grounds of this precedent rule? What are the different grounds for having this precedent rule? So firstly, Article 355 talks about this precedent rule, which says that if a state, every state against the external aggression and internal disturbance. So if there is any external aggression or internal disturbance, to ensure the government of every state is carried in accordance with the provision of the Constitution, president, or you can say president, can impose. So Article 355 says if there is any external aggression or any internal disturbance like situation, emergency or precedent rule can be imposed in two condition or two types. First, if the governor of the state is satisfied, governor of the state is satisfied, or otherwise the government of that state can't be carried out in accordance with the provision of the Constitution. This is very important. So the state cannot run, or state cannot be carried out in accordance with the provision of the Constitution, then precedent rule can be imposed. So this notification, you can say this notification that state cannot be carried out in accordance with the Constitution's provision should be given by governor to president. So it is on the advice of governor. If president is getting some kind of receipt by governor, or report by the governor that Constitution is not being followed, then president can impose precedent rule there. Secondly, there is one more article that you can remember, is Article 365. So one is under 356, this criteria. Apart from this, there is 365 article number, where this article says that if there is when the state is there, it fails to comply with the direction of the union. So if there is any direction that is given by union, say if Indian government says that recently there is COVID vaccine, oh sorry, not vaccine, COVID strain which is coming from UK. So in that situation, if union government says that you should stop all the flights which are coming from different states to different countries like UK to India, but any state, say for Mumbai or Maharashtra, does not follow this guideline, in that situation, because it is threat to the country, 365 can be imposed, and the administration of state can be taken by center under Article 365, because state is failed to comply with the direction of the union, and the precedent rule can be imposed on this ground. And let's see. Now, once emergency is passed, or once emergency is this report is given by governor to president, and then president imposes emergency. Now, once president imposes emergency, how it should be passed by the parliament? So to continue this emergency after or beyond 2 months ka period, it should be approved. Once it is precedent rule is imposed by the president, then it must be approved by both the houses of the parliament within 2 months from the date of its issue. Suppose it is issued today, that is when I am taking this, is 29th. So 29th ko agar ho raha hai, so from today next 2 months, 29 December to next 2 months, it should be passed by both the house of the parliament. And it should be passed by simple majority. It should be passed by simple majority, no requirement of any other kind of majority. Tell me in the comment section what are the different types of majorities. Now, once it is passed by simple majority, then there is possibility that both the houses are not in session. Dono houses session mein na ho. Rajya Sabha is continuous house, so Rajya Sabha can be there, but Lok Sabha is dissolved. Suppose Lok Sabha is dissolved, or dissolution of Lok Sabha happens within 2 months. आज के एक महीने बाद लोक सभा डिसॉल्व हो जाती है, तो देयर वाज टाइम ऑफ 2 months. तो व्हाट should be done? Because Rajya Sabha cannot be dissolved, Rajya Sabha is a continuous house, it should be passed by Rajya Sabha within 2 months. And after that, whenever Lok Sabha will come in place, whenever Lok Sabha, suppose Lok Sabha got elected after say 6 months, so after 6 months from the first sitting, आज समझो Lok Sabha elected on 1st of May, and they are having their first meeting or first sitting on 10th of May. So from 10th of May to 10th of say June, within 30 days they should pass it. Lok Sabha should pass it in 30 days. In meantime, it should be passed by Rajya Sabha within 2 months of its application. So there are these two things for parliamentary approval. That means it requires approval from both the houses of the parliament. Remember this, both the houses of the parliament say simple majority say approval is required. Then what is the maximum or minimum duration of this? So once this approval happens from both the houses, it continues there for 6 months ka period. It is there for 6 months of period, and maximum it can be there for 3 years. Maximum period. Remember this. Maximum period is 3 years by approval of parliament after every 6 months. Because first time impose karne ke baad it can stay there for 6 month ka period. After that it should be approved on every 6 month. Okay, by the both the houses of the parliament. And these houses should pass this again by simple majority. And if this precedent rule is to be revoked from that particular area, it can be revoked by president himself. There is no need of parliamentary approval for this. Precedent rule can be revoked by the president anytime he thinks fit to cease to operate. So whenever he thinks ki, okay, there is no need of emergency now, he can stop this. Then there was few amendments that were done because of its misuse because of the misuse of this provision. So under 44th Constitutional Amendment Act, what I said, maximum period is 3 years, but within this there is one amendment that has been made. If you want to extend this emergency beyond 1 year ka period, that means first time it is imposed for 6 months, after it is imposed again for 6 months, but after 1 year if you want to extend it, there are two criterias. First, if there is a national emergency in operation in any part of the country or whole of the country, so पूरे इंडिया में national emergency लगी हुई है या फिर कहीं पे national emergency लगी है, in that situation only this precedent rule can be extended beyond 1 year. This is the first condition. अगर कहीं पे भी national emergency नहीं है, then Election Commission of India should certify, Election Commission of India should certify कि in that particular state president rule, or you can say in that particular state where president rule is applied, वहां पे elections नहीं करवाए जा सकते. So Election Commission of India should certify that continuance of president rule is necessary on account of difficulty in holding general election to the legislative assembly of that state. Because one of the first reason or major reason for having this emergency or president rule, state emergency or president rule, was constitutional machinery का failure. That means there is no गवर्नमेंट, कोई सरकार नहीं बना पा रहा है. देयर इज नो सीएम और नो पार्टी विच केम इन मेजोरिटी और उनका सरकार नहीं बन रहा है. सो दिस वाज द फर्स्ट रीजन. तो अगर ऐसा होता है तो अगेन इलेक्शन शुड बी हेल्ड. एंड इफ यू वांट टू कंटिन्यू दिस बियॉन्ड 1 ईयर, फर्स्ट कंडीशन नेशनल इमरजेंसी, सेकंड कंडीशन इलेक्शन कमीशन का सर्टिफिकेशन. टेल मी इन द कमेंट सेक्शन व्हाट आर द आर्टिकल नंबर फॉर इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया. व्हाट इज द आर्टिकल नंबर एंड हु इज द करंट चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर ऑफ इंडिया. Next, what are the effects of this precedent rule on different parts of the administration, or you can say executive or legislature? What are the effects of precedent rule? So if we consider executive, so the president dismisses the council of minister headed by CM and run the state administration with the help of governor or advisors he thinks fit. So there is possibility that executive, or you can say CM of that state, can be dismissed. Council of Minister को dismiss किया जा सकता है, और suspension is also there. We'll see about this suspension, or you can say dissolution कब हो सकता है of that state's Council of Minister. So this is one change that can happen. Then next is on legislature of that state. On legislature of that state, so that state legislative assembly, the power of the legislature has of the state shall be vested with the parliament. So the work of that state's legislature will be done by parliament. Okay, and even parliament can confer president the power to legislate that particular state, to make laws and to authorize the president to delegate such conferred powers. ठीक है, तो किसी के भी ऊपर वो अथॉरिटी डाल सकते हैं. सो सपोज पार्लियामेंट और प्रेसिडेंट और अदर अथॉरिटी इन हुम सच पावर हैज बीन वेस्टेड टू मेक लॉज can make laws conferring to the power of imposing duties upon the union officer and authorities thereof. That means एक तो प्रेसिडेंट खुद कर सकते हैं, और फर्स्टली पार्लियामेंट खुद कर सकता है उस वहां का लेजिस्लेचर का काम, और दे कैन गिव इट टू प्रेसिडेंट, और ही कैन गिव इट टू एनी अदर अथॉरिटी. ठीक है, so this is effect say on legislature. Then ठीक है, now other powers, or you can say legislative powers of state, as we discussed earlier, it can be given to president. President is authorized to give note to pending sanction of expenditure from the consolidated fund of the state. That means consolidated fund of the state भी हो वो किसके पास चला जाएगा, president के पास. President can promulgate ordinances because legislative power तो दे ही रखी है. And if there is any law, suppose there is president rule in say state of Gujarat, after that when that particular president rule ceases to operate, अगर president rule खत्म हो जाता है तो the law which has been passed in the time of president rule वो कब तक चालू रहेगा, till what time that law will be active. So any law that has been made by the parliament or president or other authority shall continue to enforce after the president rule has been ceased to operate until repealed or amended by the legislature of the state. That means कब तक रहेगा वो, जब तक तब तक the state legislature which has been elected after removing president rule, because president rule कब remove होगा, when we know that there can be some state legislative assembly, there can be one person who will be CM and he will have some council of minister. So if any law is made in Gujarat by the president of India and president rule is removed, this law will be there till it is removed by the state legislative assembly of Gujarat. Then next is misuse of president rule. It happened many times, so there is history of misuse of this. And now firstly let's see, or let's read what Baba Saheb Ambedkar thought of this. So Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar thought that Article 356 would remain a dead letter. That means it will not be used. But Sarkaria Commission की report says that since independence it has been used over 100 times. 100 बार से भी ज्यादा बार इसका यूज किया गया है. The discretionary power of the governor under Article 163. Now, why it has been misused or how it has been misused? So there is one article, Article 163, which says that when governor will feel, है ना, governor को, what I said, when governor gives a report to the president that constitution के according यहाँ पे काम नहीं चल रहा है in the state or there is failure of constitutional machinery, so this report should be given by governor to president, and there is no binding, no, you can say no compulsion on the governor to consult the council of minister. That means whenever governor feels that okay, there is no coordination between center and state, then he can impose this emergency by writing to president को लिख सकते हैं. And this is kind of centralizing power, because what we are giving, we say that India is a quasi-federal. We have federation, or it is not that you can say complete federation, it is quasi-federal. That means we are having more power in center. So this is one of the centralizing feature that is there of our constitution, and it will affect the federal system of our state, federal system of our country. It will be affected. ठीक है. So it is a kind of centralizing provision, giving more powers to center and decreasing the power of state government. So उनको autonomy कम कर दी जा रही है. Then condition for the president rule. What are the conditions? हमने तो देख लिया, constitutional machinery is failure, or they are not agreeing, or they are not going in accordance with the guidelines which are given by the center. So when there is a constitutional machinery ka failure, there are instances when there is constitutional machinery ka failure. So first is when there is no party which is securing majority and the hung assembly is there. कोई भी सरकार बनाने के लिए ready नहीं है. Nobody is ready to make the government. Then when there is no coalition, and the majority party declines from forming ministry. Majority में जो party आई है, which they say that they don't want to form a government, and there is no coalition. Then ministry resigns. Ministry जो अभी council of minister है, that ministry have resigned and no other party is willing to form the government. At that time also president rule can be imposed. Then where constitutional direction of the central government are disregarded by the state. इसका example मैंने आपको दिया है already. When there is internal subversion, for example, a government is deliberately acting against the constitution. So state government, if they are deliberately acting against constitution, that means they are, suppose one state says that they are no more secular. So secularism is basic structure of our constitution, and the state says that they do not follow secularism. वहाँ पे कोई वो act pass कर देते हैं और law pass कर देते हैं in the state that particular state say XYZ is no more a secular state. Okay, so this is deliberately going against the Constitution of India. And lastly, when there is a physical breakdown where the government is willfully refuses to discharge its constitutional obligation. So constitutional obligation नहीं करते, budget ही present नहीं किया. ठीक है, स्टेट का भी बजट होता है ना, तो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट डिड नॉट प्रेजेंट बजट ओनली, सो दिस इज वायलेशन ऑफ देयर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल ऑब्लिगेशन. Then so this was proper conditions, you can say, where president rule can be imposed. Now there are few improper conditions, or you can say improper ways in which president rule is there. So when president rule is imposed without probing the possibility of forming alternative ministry, alternate government form करने का कुछ सोचा ही नहीं, or you can say president rule without allowing the ministry to prove its majority on the floor, उनको majority prove करने ही नहीं दिया. This incidents has happened recently in say Uttarakhand or Arunachal Pradesh. This incidents happen when there is internal disturbances not amounting to internal subversion or physical breakdown. तो ऐसा physical breakdown का कोई situation नहीं है. There is internal disturbance but it can be managed by the state because law and order is a state subject. तो उनको allow नहीं किया. If it is applied on issue of maladministration, remember this, maladministration is not a criteria कि state का administration अच्छा नहीं हो रहा है और any of the say state के जो minister है उनके against any corruption cases there which has been proved. These are not the criteria. These are not the criteria to have emergency, and where the state government has not given a prior warning. So if you do not give prior warning to the state and impose emergency or president rule, these are few improper impositions. Then this is the map which shows that सबसे ज़्यादा this kind of situation कहाँ पे हुआ था, क्या हुआ था. So you can remember or you can think 9 times it has been imposed in Uttar Pradesh, or you can say Punjab में also 9 times and Manipur 10 times. ठीक है. Then who imposed maximum times? As I said, Indira Gandhi, है ना, 35 times. The next is Morarji Desai, only उनके बाद जो आए थे 16 times. The next is Supreme Court guidelines in SR Bommai versus Union of India case. Many times this also happened that the case went to Supreme Court and Supreme Court gave its guidelines. So it was the famous case called SR Bommai versus Union of India case 1994. So here for the first time court intervened in this, and court said that proclamation of president rule is part or subject to judicial review. ठीक है, as provided by 44th amendment on the grounds of mala fide intention. So if president rules is applied mala fide अगर गलत तरीके से लगा दिया गया, it can be reviewed by the court. Then proclamation shall be based on the relevant material. ठीक है, relevant material होना चाहिए to prove that there is failure of constitutional machinery. Then the court has power to revive dissolved or suspended state government if they feel that there is mala fide implementation of president rule, then they can revive it. And the state assembly can't be dissolved before approval of the parliament. So now remember, if president rule is imposed, I said na, president rule agar laga diya jata hai, it should be passed by both the houses of the parliament within 2 months. So if it is not passed by the houses of the parliament, then under this president rule, president cannot dissolve the state legislative assembly. Suppose emergency is applied in Gujarat and it is not passed by the parliament. So till the time it is not passed by the parliament, or you can say president cannot dissolve a state legislative assembly of that particular state. Okay, it can only suspend the assembly. They cannot dissolve the assembly. Okay, so dissolution and suspension. Suspend means कुछ time के लिए रोक दिया गया. Dissolve means over. After that you have to conduct new election only. After suspension they can also come back, but if it is dissolved they can't come back. Then few other guidelines that have been given under this. If there are serious allegation of corruption, or you can say financial instability in the state, these are not enough. As I said earlier as well, corruption or maladministration, these are not criteria for imposition of precedent rule. Then state government shall be given enough opportunities to prove its majority, right? Then secularism is a basic feature of the constitution, and any measure or action taken by state government for security of this feature can't be violation of 356. इसका exactly opposite मैंने आपको समझाया था. So because secularism is Indian constitution's basic structure, and to protect this basic structure of the constitution, if any of the act or any of the amendment has been provided by the state government, this act can't be reason for failure of constitutional machinery or not following the guideline of state center. ठीक है, तो if you are protecting basic feature of constitution like secularism by imposing some kind of law, it cannot be violation of the union's guideline because you are protecting the basic feature of the constitution. Then the power under article 356 can't be used to sort out intra-party problems of ruling party, कि एक पार्टी में कुछ लोगों का एक दूसरे के साथ कुछ इशू चल रहा है, तो उस इशू को सॉल्व करने के लिए आप प्रेसिडेंट रूल का यूज नहीं कर सकते. Then if the ministry of the state resign or dismissed or loses a majority, then governor can't advise the president to impose president rule until enough measures are taken by the governor for formation of alternative government. That means अलग अलग किसी और को सरकार बनाने के लिए बोल दो. अगर कोई भी सरकार नहीं बना रहा है, nobody is willing, then he can impose president rule. But basic theme you can understand that president rule तभी apply किया जाएगा in emergency situations when you cannot form the government, there is no possibility of forming government and governor have tried all the things to form a government, तभी आप president rule लगा सकते हैं. Then the Supreme Court held that the power of 356 is exceptional power and should be used in exigencies. Only emergency situation में ही इसका use किया जाए. Then different committees that were there on this particular issue and what are the recommendations. The major committee that is there is Sarkaria Commission, and the first thing that Sarkaria Commission said about this is they said there is 90% malified use of this, or you can say for political purposes 90% time emergency लगाई जाती है, president rule लगाया जाता है. Emergency means every time when I am saying emergency it means state emergency. Okay, then the president rule or should include reasons. Of course it should include reasons. जो governor is giving report to president and president is imposing emergency, so Sarkaria Commission said that emergency impose करने के reason should be given by the president before imposing president rule. Then as far as possible center should issue a warning to the state government. तो जितना दे सके आप उनको warning दे दीजिए before resorting to article 356. Then again political purpose के लिए use नहीं होनी चाहिए, and dissolve of state legislative assembly only after approval by the parliament. So ये तो accept किया जा चुका है already. Then next is Punchi Commission, which is there on this. Now this Punchi Commission said अगेन फेलियर ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मशीनरी वगैरह होता है तभी इसको लगाया जाए और इनकॉर्पोरेट किया जाए. सो इट वाज सिमिलर टू एसआर बोमई रिकमेंडेशन. Then this is concept which is given by this Punchi Commission. They said you can go for localized emergency. That means suppose there is problem in some part of Maharashtra. Say Mumbai mein there is some part of there is some issue, but there is no problem that is there in Nagpur or say Nasik. Then why to impose emergency in that particular area? So we should have localized emergency which will be imposed in Mumbai only. So this concept was given to have a town or district level localized emergency. Okay, and only exception situation which fall within the scope of external aggression and internal disturbance should be considered as the purpose for separate legislation under the article 355. So this term you can remember, localized emergency. Okay. Then why it was in news? हम क्यों पढ़ क्यों रहे? So it was in news because of the Andhra Pradesh High Court. Now what happened recently in Andhra Pradesh? Andhra Pradesh में there were few cases that were filed in the High Court of the Andhra Pradesh that habeas corpus के cases लगाए गए थे. That Andhra Pradesh government is arresting few people without any without any warrant. They have been kept in the prison for longer time. So there were many cases of habeas corpus. taking that cases in regard, Andhra Pradesh High Court said that there is a failure or breakdown of the constitutional machinery in the state because habeas corpus के cases चल रहे हैं. People are there in jail. But the problem here arises, what is High Court authorized to say this kind of thing? Because emergency अगर लगाना है और Constitution says that breakdown of constitutional machinery हो रहा है should be said by governor to the president, not by the court. So the Andhra Pradesh Government High Court ordered Justice Uma Devi converted the hearings on the batch of habeas corpus petition and pleas alleging police excesses that are happening in Andhra Pradesh as a constitutional breakdown in Andhra Pradesh and required declaration of precedent rule. तो इनका कोई connection है या नहीं? It was kind of judicial overreach that was happening. ठीक है, judiciary was going away from its activities. So the order opens a possibility of use or misuse of 356 by judiciary. So abhi tak to executive was misusing it, but now it has been misused by judiciary as well. And the Supreme Court of India, then the case went to Supreme Court, and of course Supreme Court stayed this particular order of implying or applying emergency in Andhra Pradesh. Then next is what exactly is this? So what has state argued? Andhra Pradesh की सरकार ने क्या कहा? सरकार said this is unprecedented, and they said whether in circumstances prevailing to the state of AP, court can record a finding that there is a constitutional breakdown in the state or not. So they said that कि ये इनका state का high court का काम नहीं है. It lacks basis. None of the original applications had been asked the question of constitutional breakdown. So all the cases that were filed were of habeas corpus. They were not of constitutional breakdown. किसी ने कोर्ट से पूछा नहीं था कि हमारे यहाँ constitutional breakdown हो रहा है या चल रही है. It was suo moto. Andhra Pradesh High Court said this thing. Then it is against the doctrine of separation of power, because this declaration of emergency or giving report regarding this issue is given to governor. It is not given to High Court. So there are judiciary, executive and legislature. So this is power of executive. Governor ka power hai, it is not a power of judiciary. So it is overreach. Judiciary is going into the power of executive. So it is encroachment in the power of executive. That's why it violates the doctrine of separation of power. So there are three separate organs: judiciary, executive and legislative. So here you can say that judiciary is going into the power of executive. Okay? And even state government argued to the Supreme Court the order was clearly seen as judicial overreach. Now there are two terms you can say. One is judicial activism and second is judicial overreach. Judicial activism is when judiciary is doing its work that is given to it, but they are doing suo moto. Like suppose if there is any issue of say habeas corpus is there, so to ensure fundamental right of the person is work of judiciary. So if they are taking the case of habeas corpus on their own suo moto, it can be called as judicial activism. Or if there is increasing pollution that is happening, environment related threats are there, and say judiciary is taking some guidelines or taking some you can say action on this issue, it can be said as judicial activism. Judiciary is activist. Judiciary is acting as activist in India. But when they intervene in the functions of executive, like taking the power of governor का power ले लिया और खुद ही president rule declare कर रहे हैं, this is called as judicial overreach, where they are hampering the doctrine of separation of power that is given in our constitution. Okay, so this is the issue. This is the major issue that is happening, judicial overreach. Now on this issue, what did Supreme Court say? Supreme Court firstly of course stayed this order. They said stay should be there, and Apex Court even found it to be disturbing how High Court can go to this extent, है ना? And the court directed issue of notice and stay this particular order. तो उन्होंने stay कर दिया and they said कि this is very disturbing कि judiciary is intervening in the powers of or work of executive. ठीक है? So this was the complete issue that was there in news, and even editorial was written on this. Now lastly way forward you can see क्या किया जा सकता है. So we need to stop judiciary from going in the work of executive. So we should, it says that there are possibility of misuse of 356 by judiciary. Now onus, or you can say responsibility of solving this issue is on Supreme Court, because it was done by High Court. और उनके ऊपर कौन आता है? Supreme Court ही आता है. And we can even go into internal inquiry into CM's letter would be a good way, because CM have sent the letter to Supreme Court. CM of Andhra Pradesh, Jagan Mohan Reddy, sent a letter to Supreme Court and CJI को भेजा था. तो CJI can investigate or internal inquiry conduct करेगी what exactly happened, and clear nullification of the High Court's order would be good, because if Supreme Court nullifies this particular order of High Court regarding this emergency provision, then no other High Court in the country would be willing to give or pass such kind of order, because they will know that it might be rejected by the Supreme Court. So they will not go for such adventure, है ना? So now last thing that you can do is knowing financial emergency, because हमने national normal emergency के बारे में, national emergency के बारे में पढ़ लिया. Financial emergency is imposed under Article 360, and it is imposed when the situation arises due to which financial stability or credit of India is in danger, or any territory of India is in danger. And it is declared by the President of India. President of India इसे declare कर सकते हैं on the aid and advice of Council of Minister. जब उन्हें Council of Minister aid and advice करेंगे. And once it is passed, it should be approved by both the houses of the Parliament again within 2 months from the date of its issue. And the passage should be by simple majority. It should be passed by simple majority. But there is one good thing in this. It does not require, financial emergency does not require approval again and again. जैसे कि there was a clause in president rule, हर 6 month बाद it should be approved again by the both the houses. Here there is no need of approving it again, because once this financial emergency is imposed, it stays there. It stays there as long as it is not revoked by the president. ठीक है? So there is no maximum time limit for operation of financial emergency, and repeated, or you can say again and again, parliamentary approvals are not required. ठीक है? And it can be passed by simple majority. But the good thing is, as of now, there are no incidences of imposition of financial emergency in India. There are no cases of imposition of financial emergency in India. It was said that in 1991 हो सकता था, but it did not happen. So this was it. I hope you understood this emergency related thing. President rule क्या होता है, national emergency क्या होती है, financial emergency क्या होती है, what is the complete issue of this president rule, कैसे लगाया जा सकता है, कैसे continue हो सकता है, and why it was there in news recently. Okay, so there was article on this in the Hindu as well, in editorial section. So this was it.